Warriors. Every morning you face a choice that shapes the next 24 hours of your life. Most men don't even realize they're making it. They leap out of bed, grab their phone, and let the world dictate their emotions. But there's a hidden truth that separates the masters of their fate from those who drift through life. That truth unfolds in the critical first minutes after you wake. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote in his private journal, "When you rise each morning, remind yourself that the men you'll meet today may be chaotic, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, or bitter. Yet, instead of crumbling, he used this insight to forge a mind of iron, not surrender. Right now, your mind is most malleable in those precious morning moments. Neuroscience proves the first thought you entertain rewires your neural pathways, setting the tone for your entire day. Yet, most men squander this golden window, scrolling social media, absorbing others' chaos, or diving into stress. The Stoics uncovered a vital secret. You can forge your mind for victory, peace, and unshakable confidence by declaring 10 specific truths each morning. These aren't empty affirmations or wishful dreams. They are battle-tested statements, grounded in reality, aligning your mind with how the world truly operates. Imagine waking tomorrow, genuinely eager for the day ahead, undaunted by the challenges waiting for you. Picture facing criticism, failure, or uncertainty with a calm resolve that makes others wonder what secret you've mastered. The ancient Greeks called this ataraxia, the unshakable serenity of a man in command of himself. That state is perfect peace with who you are and where you stand in the world. No matter the storms raging around you, it's not something you're born with. It's built, day by day, morning by morning. In the next few minutes, you'll learn the exact words that empowered generals to conquer battlefields, entrepreneurs to build empires, and ordinary men to become extraordinary. Each phrase is crafted to target a specific weakness that holds men back: fear, comparison, distraction, emotional reactivity, and procrastination. What sets this apart from every self-help tactic you've tried is that these principles have been proven over 2,000 years, from ancient Rome to the world wars, and they'll work in your life today. The only question is whether you have the discipline to wield them. Before we embark on this transformative journey, I need you to act. Hit the like button to signal you're ready to master your mornings. Comment below with the biggest obstacle you face each morning. Share this video with a brother who needs to hear it. And subscribe to this channel, because we're forging a legion of men who refuse to let life control them. Don't skip any part of this video. Each segment builds on the last. If this resonates, leave a comment to anchor it in your heart. I control my mornings. I control my day. The first truth: I am responsible for my emotions today. The moment you fully own your emotional state, everything shifts. This isn't about blaming yourself for what goes wrong. It's about seizing the power to choose how you respond to whatever life throws at you. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, discovered this truth in the darkest of circumstances. He wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any set of circumstances. If a man could maintain emotional control in a concentration camp, you can master it in your daily battles." Most men live as victims of their emotions, their mood dictated by traffic, weather, others' actions, or their bank balance, they wake and instantly check their phones, letting notifications decide if they'll feel joy or despair. This is emotional slavery, the root of why so many feel powerless in their own lives. When you declare, "I am responsible for my emotions today," you claim independence, asserting that your happiness, peace, and confidence aren't for sale to the highest bidder. You're claiming the one possession no one can steal: how you respond to what happens. This doesn't mean you'll never feel anger, frustration, or heartbreak. It means you recognize those emotions as temporary visitors, not permanent residents. You understand that while you can't control what happens to you, you fully control what happens within you. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we don't suffer from events, but from how we judge them. Change your judgment. Change your pain. This morning, affirmation rewires your brain to stop seeking emotional stability from the outside and start building emotional strength from within. Begin each day by placing your hand on your chest and speaking with resolve. "I am the master of my emotions today. My feelings are my choice. My peace is my decision. Today, I choose strength over weakness, clarity over confusion, and courage over fear." See what happens when you stop being a victim of circumstance and start authoring your emotional experience. You'll uncover a freedom most men never know. Second, nothing can disturb my inner peace without my permission. Your mind is a fortress, and you are its gatekeeper. Each morning, you decide who and what may enter your mental space. Most men leave the gates wide open, letting criticism, worry, and negativity flood in. They charge in and set up camp. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He knew true power isn't controlling the external world, but mastering what happens inside you. When you proclaim, "Nothing can disturb my peace without my consent," you draw a line around your inner world, declaring that your tranquility isn't a public playground for chaos. You become the guardian of your mind's security. This doesn't mean you become cold or detached. It means you train what the Stoics called the discipline of desire, the ability to stay calm despite external turmoil. You can acknowledge someone's hurtful words without letting them ruin your day. You can accept failure without letting it shatter your self-belief. The secret lies in the pause between what happens and how you respond. There's a sacred space, a fleeting moment where you choose. Most men react so fast, they don't see this space exists. But when you train yourself to find that moment of stillness, you unlock your superpower. Stand before a mirror each morning and declare, "Nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. I am the guardian of my inner world. Today, I choose who and what enters my mind. My peace is not for sale, not for rent, and not negotiable." Watch how you walk through life when you realize peace is fully in your hands. You'll stand unshaken not because bad things don't happen, but because you've learned to protect what matters most. I want you to leave this affirmation in the comments. I am the keeper of my own peace. Third, today, I focus only on what I can control. The fastest way to drive yourself mad is trying to control what's beyond your reach. Yet millions of men waste mental energy worrying about others' opinions. The weather, the economy, politics, and countless things they can't influence. Epictetus taught the core Stoic principle, Some things are within our control, others are not. He divided the world into two realms, what you can control and what you cannot. Master this distinction, and you master your life. What do you truly control? Your effort, attitude, words, actions, reactions, and decisions. That's it. Everything else, others' behavior. The past, the future, natural disasters, market fluctuations. Your boss's mood is beyond your influence. Most men get this backward. They spend 80% of their mental energy trying to control the uncontrollable while neglecting what they can. They fret about what might happen next month while ignoring what they can do today. They stress over others' thoughts instead of focusing on who they want to become. When you wake and declare, "Today I focus only on what I can control," you make a strategic choice to invest your finite mental resources where they yield real impact. You choose efficiency over anxiety, action over worry, influence over helplessness. The Greek Stoics used a powerful exercise called the circle of control. Picture everything in your life in 3 circles: what you fully control, what you can partly influence, and what you can't control at all. Your task is to devote 90% of your attention to the first circle, 10% to the second, and none to the third. This morning, habit changes everything. Instead of waking up overwhelmed by what's wrong in the world, you rise with energy for what you can make right in your sphere of influence. Instead of feeling powerless, you gain focus. Instead of chaotic worry, you experience laser-sharp clarity. Rise, look yourself in the eye, and speak with conviction. Today, I focus solely on what I can control. I won't waste energy on what's beyond my reach. My attention belongs to my actions, efforts, and responses. That's where my power lies. Fourth, my worth as a man isn't tied to today's outcomes. Your value doesn't hinge on whether you get the promotion, win the argument, or have a flawless day. Yet most men tie their self-worth to daily achievements, riding an emotional roller coaster, soaring when things go well, crashing when they don't. The Stoic philosopher Seneca, advisor to emperors, and one of Rome's wealthiest men, learned this the hard way. Exiled by Emperor Caligula and later forced to take his own life by Nero, he realized external achievements are fleeting, but inner worth is eternal. He wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." When you declare, "My worth isn't measured by today's outcomes," you break free from the trap of achievement. You affirm your inherent value, not tied to results. You existed before today's challenges and will endure beyond every victory or defeat. Your essence isn't up for negotiation based on fleeting circumstances. This doesn't mean you stop striving or caring about results. It means you separate your effort from your identity. You can pursue excellence without tying your self-worth to whether you succeed. You can feel disappointment from poor outcomes without being deeply wounded. You can celebrate wins without depending on them to define you. The ancient Stoics understood true confidence comes from knowing your human worth despite external events. They called it the indifferent mindset, desiring outcomes, but not letting them dictate your value. Getting the job is desirable, but not getting it doesn't make you less worthy. Each morning, anchor yourself in this liberating truth. My worth isn't measured by today's results. I am valuable because I exist, not because of what I achieve. Today, I'll give my all but know my worth isn't up for debate. Whether I succeed or fail, I am worthy of love, respect, and dignity. Fifth, I will act, not just intend. The gap between good intentions and real action is where most dreams die. Every morning, millions of men wake with grand plans to start a business, call a friend, train, or write a book. But by night, they've only thought about it, never acted. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "When you wake reluctant, recall you rise to do the work of a man." He knew intentions without action are just sophisticated procrastination. The difference between the successful and others isn't talent, luck, or circumstance. It's the ability to bridge the gap between thought and action. While many obsess over perfecting plans, the successful focus on perfecting execution. When others wait for the right moment, the successful create it through action. When you say, "I will act," not just intend, you commit to being a man of deeds. Not just endless preparation, you choose to act imperfectly rather than plan perfectly and never start. Stoic philosophy rests on a simple premise: virtue is action. Knowing what's right isn't enough. You must do what's right. Understanding wisdom isn't enough. You must live it. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Your morning declaration creates what psychology calls an implementation intention, a specific plan linking goals to behavior. Instead of saying, "I want to exercise," say, "I will act for my health." Instead of, "I should call my parents," say, "I will act for my family's sake." When you shift from intention to action, your life transforms. You stop waiting for permission and start creating opportunities. You no longer hope things get better, you make them better. Stand now and commit. I will act, not just intend. Today, I choose action over analysis, progress over perfection, doing over dreaming. My intentions are worthless without action. Today, I act. Sixth, every challenge is a forge to make me stronger. The same fire that melts butter tempers steel. Each morning, you choose what you'll become when life turns up the heat. Most men see difficulties as punishment, but the wise see them as a gym for building character and strength. James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy admiral who endured 7 years of torture in a Vietnam POW camp, credited Stoicism for his survival. He said, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your reality." He knew challenges don't break you, they reveal you and offer a chance to grow stronger. Right now, you're facing some hardship, financial pressure, relationship struggles, health issues, or career uncertainty. Your instinct might be to push them away, complain about bad luck, or pity yourself. But what if these challenges aren't happening to you? What if they're happening for you? The ancient Stoics had a revolutionary view of adversity. They saw difficulties as training exercises designed by fate to forge character. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle holds the seed of opportunity if you have the eyes to see it. When you declare each challenge is a chance to grow, you shift how you view hardship. You're no longer a victim of circumstance, but a student of life. You don't ask why this is happening to you, but what it's teaching you. This doesn't mean you seek suffering, it means you recognize struggle is the price of growth. And growth is the price of a meaningful life. Muscles only grow stronger when they meet resistance. Character only deepens when it faces trials. Each morning, ready your mind for what the day may bring. Every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. I embrace trials as opportunities to forge my character. Today's obstacles are tomorrow's strength. I don't pray for an easier life, I pray to be a stronger man. 7th, I won't compare my path to anyone else's. Comparison steals joy, sabotage progress, and erodes confidence and true success. Every morning, millions of men wake and measure their lives against social media, highlight reels, forgetting they're comparing their raw reality to someone else's polished performance. Epictetus taught that the man who avoids trouble most is the one who ignores his neighbor's words or deeds and focuses on his own. He knew the only true rival is yesterday's version of yourself. Today, social media turns comparison into a 24/7 addiction. You see someone's travel photos, and suddenly your life feels dull. You see another's promotion, and your career feels stagnant. You see a post about romance, and your love life feels lacking, but you don't see their struggles, fears, failures, or private doute. When you vow, I won't compare my path to anyone else's, you choose to run your own race, at your own pace, toward your own finish line. You refuse to let others' timelines define your worth. You acknowledge everyone has unique starting points, resources, challenges, and definitions of success. Your journey is yours alone because you are one of a kind. Your past, strengths, struggles, dreams, and circumstances belong to you alone. Trying to live someone else's path is like wearing shoes that don't fit. They may look good, but will never feel right, and will only cause pain. The most fulfilled men define success on their own terms. They stop trying to impress people they don't even like, with achievements that don't matter to them. They learn to celebrate others without diminishing themselves and honor their progress without needing external validation. Today, commit to authenticity. I won't compare my path to anyone else's. My road is unique. My timing is perfect. And my progress is meaningful. Today, I celebrate others' wins without doubting my worth. I'm exactly where I need to be on my singular journey. 8th, I choose discipline over motivation. Motivation is like the weather, unpredictable, fleeting, and beyond your control. Some days you wake ready to conquer the world. Others, you're exhausted before you leave bed. Disciplina, though, is like breathing. It works whether you feel like it or not. Marcus Cato the Younger, a Roman general and Stoic, was renowned for unyielding discipline. Even in freezing winters, he walked Rome's streets barefoot to temper his will. He knew comfort is the enemy of greatness, and discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. Most men wait for motivation like waiting for lightning. They think they need to feel inspired, energized, or excited to act. So they wait, wondering why they're no closer to their goals. Meanwhile, the disciplined build empires, while the unmotivated pile up excuses. When you say, I choose discipline over motivation, you declare freedom from fleeting emotions. Your actions won't be swayed by feelings. You become a man who does what's needed, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with use. Each time you choose discipline over comfort, You add weight to your character. Each time you do what you don't feel like doing, you prove to yourself you're a man who keeps his word. The Stoics called this the discipline of action, the ability to do what virtue demands, no matter how hard, boring, or inconvenient. They knew motivation comes and goes, but discipline drives the consistent action that builds an extraordinary life. Think of the most successful man you know. I guarantee he's not more motivated than you. He's more disciplined. He's learned to detach action from emotion and tie behavior to values. This morning, make this ironclad commitment. I choose discipline over motivation. I act on my commitments, not my feelings. Today, I do what I said I'd do. No matter how I feel, discipline is my superpower. 9th, gratitude shapes how I see the day ahead. Your perspective is your reality, and gratitude is the lens that turns ordinary moments into profound blessings. Each morning, you choose to focus on what's missing or what you have. One path leads to misery, the other to fulfillment. Seneca said, "We don't have too little time, but we waste too much of it." He understood gratitude isn't about denying hardship, but recognizing the miracles that coexist with it. Your heart beats without effort. Your lungs breathe without command. You have clean water, a roof over your head, and access to wisdom through technology unimaginable a century ago. Yet most men wake fixating on what they lack. When you declare, "Gratitude shapes my day," you train your mind to see abundance over scarcity. Neuroscience shows gratitude rewires your brain, forging new neural pathways that make you naturally more optimistic, resilient, and content. Gratitude isn't pretending everything's perfect or ignoring real problems. It's holding a perspective that acknowledges even the worst days have moments worth cherishing. Happiness isn't having all you want. It's valuing what you have. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining the loss of what they have to deepen their appreciation. They reflected on losing health, loved ones, or possessions, not to dwell in gloom, but to cherish what they enjoy more deeply. This morning, habit transforms your day. Instead of waking with worries, you rise with thankfulness. Instead of feeling lack, you sense abundance. Instead of seeing obstacles, you spot opportunities for growth. Declaring gratitude shapes my day. I will see the good around me. Today, I choose fullness over scarcity, appreciation over complaints, and wonder over worry. A grateful heart builds my fulfilled life. 10th, I will end this day stronger than I began. Every sunrise is a contract. Invest today wisely, and you'll go to bed richer in wisdom, character, and closer to the man you're meant to be. It's not about massive breakthroughs daily. It's about the compounding power of small, steady improvements that turn ordinary days into an extraordinary life. Seneca had a nightly ritual of asking, "What flaw did I mend today? What setback did I resist? Where can I improve?" He knew the goal isn't perfection, but progress. He understood that improving just 1% daily creates miraculous change over time. When you vow to end the day stronger, you turn each day into a masterclass in growth. You wake as version 1.0 of yourself and sleep as version 1.e. Though small, a 1% daily improvement makes you 37 times better by year's end. This mindset shifts how you approach everything. A tough conversation becomes a chance to practice courage. A mistake becomes data for better choices. A frustrating delay becomes a lesson in patience. Every experience becomes raw material for growth, not just something that happened to you. This approach makes failure impossible, even on a bad day. You can end stronger by learning from what went wrong. Even if you err, you grow by extracting wisdom from mistakes. Even if you miss your goal, you progress by refining your approach for tomorrow. This isn't about being harsh or demanding perfection. It's about owning your growth and seeing each day as a gift not to be wasted. By committing to end each day stronger, you build unstoppable momentum toward the life you truly want. Your future self depends on the choices you make today. Make them count. These 10 morning affirmations aren't just words, they're a blueprint for a resilient life. When you start each day owning your experience, guarding your peace, focusing on what you control, knowing your worth, acting over intending, embracing challenges, avoiding comparison, choosing discipline, practicing gratitude, and committing to daily growth, you shift from reacting to life to creating it. The ancient philosophers knew what many modern self-help methods miss. True strength isn't blind positivity or ignoring problems. It's building inner resources to face life's challenges with wisdom, courage, and calm. These morning affirmations are your daily training for that strength. You don't need to be perfect, just persistent. Start with the affirmation that resonates most and gradually add others. The goal isn't to become a Stoic sage overnight, but to grow more resilient, intentional, and in command of your experience each day. Your mornings shape your days. Your days shape your life. Your life shapes the legacy you leave. Live with purpose. If this message moves you, hit like. Share it with a brother who needs it. Comment your favorite morning affirmation and subscribe for more life-changing content. The man you'll become will thank you for the investment you make this morning.